Ambassador Haley, what I heard, and this is just recent, is in the Miami debate, which was, I think, last week, Wednesday, you gave an impassioned answer on life, unapologetically pro-life. And you talked about how to message it, and that we're deeply divided. And it's a person. I had some pro-lifers say, that sounded like a pro-choice answer. Can you assure them why that's not a pro-choice answer?
I think you can look at my entire record as governor. I fought for life, whether it was a pain-capable bill, whether it was making sure that women had to see an ultrasound before they made a decision, all the things that we did to focus on life as governor at the United Nations. They said that I was the most pro-life ambassador they had ever had represent the U.S. at the United Nations, because we did everything we could to make sure, one, our taxpayer dollars never went towards anything that would take that life away or abortion, and we always tried to do what we could to make sure that we honored the sanctity of life. So my record is strong on a very pro-life record. What you heard me say at the debate was very much my truth. I am unapologetically pro-life. I am so blessed in my life with my husband and my children. But it is important that we remember, what's our overall goal? Our overall goal is, how do we save as many babies as possible and support as many moms as we can? So you look at this debate that's happened, and it's worth looking at how we got here. Prior to 1973, you had 46 state laws, and they had 46 ways of dealing with an abortion. And unelected justices threw that all away and said abortion anytime, anywhere, for any reason. Now a wrong has been made right, and it's put back in the hands of the people, which is where it belongs. In some cases, some states have gone more pro-life. Iowa's one of those. It's a blessing. In other cases, these states have gone more pro-choice. I wish that wasn't the case, but the people decided. But if we're going to have this conversation about the federal law, we do need to tell people the truth, because it is causing division and demonizing in an issue that's incredibly personal to every woman and every man. That if you're going to pass a federal law, you have to have a majority of the House. You have to have 60 Senate votes. You have to have the signature of a president. And we haven't had 60 Republicans in over 100 years. We may have 45 pro-life senators. So we can't ban abortions on the Republican side any more than the Democrats can ban these state laws. So if we're focused on how do we save as many babies as possible, then let's come together and say, what can we do? Can't we go and say, let's ban late-term abortions? Wherever we can get those 60 votes, we're saving more than we wouldn't otherwise. And can't we say that we should encourage adoptions and good quality adoptions? And can't we say doctors and nurses who don't believe in abortion shouldn't have to perform them? But can't we also say that women who do have an abortion aren't going to go to jail or get the death penalty? The key in this, though, is look at what the parties have done to something this sensitive. The Democrats have put fear in the lives of young women and women everywhere. And Republicans have dealt with this on judgment. Our job is not to scare people or to judge people. I don't judge anyone for being pro-choice, but I don't want them to judge me for being pro-life. So we need to focus on this, not by demonizing this issue, but by humanizing this issue. And I did. I had a roommate in college, and she was raped. And I'm telling you, I would not wish that on anybody, to see what she went through wondering if she was pregnant. But everybody has a story. And when you're dealing with something this personal, let's deal with it with respect instead of division. That's not going to get us anywhere. Because when you deal with it with respect and make it personal, you're going to bring more people to you instead of pushing people away. I'm trying to bring more people to us to have the conversation of how do we save as many babies as possible and support as many moms as possible. So it is not, yes, I am pro-life, but I'm trying to get more people to be in our situation than less.
So I'm going to make a comment. I've got one other question, because I think this will help clarify, I think, for the caucus goers. First of all, when Roe v. Wade got overturned, right away at the family leader, we have a great church outreach program. 2,400 churches, one of the most vibrant church ministries in the country. And we said, what an opportunity for the church. What an opportunity for the church to be the hands and feet to meet these women in crisis, to save the baby's life, but also be there for the mom, to be there for the dad, to hold the dad accountable and responsible. What an opportunity for the church. So we think this is a great opportunity for the church. You mentioned Governor Reynolds, so I'm just going to, you don't get to respond, but you mentioned Governor Reynolds. We're thrilled to have her as governor. The former president called signing a heartbeat bill too harsh. If you were governor in South Carolina and that came to your desk, would you sign a heartbeat bill?
Yes, whatever the people decide, you should go. I think it's right to be in the hands of the people. I think that the people decided this was put in the states. That's where it should be. Everybody can give their voice to it. And if that's where, and I can tell you, that's where the people of South Carolina decided. They decided to be at 6 weeks as well. And that's why I'm saying when we find these states that are more pro-life, it's a blessing. We should welcome that. But in order to get those people that are going on the other side, we've got to continue to pull them in and keep talking to them about how we want to save as many babies as we can.
And real quick, I'm just going to ad lib. I'm not running for president, but just ad lib real quick. What happened in Ohio was a travesty. That is probably the worst amendment I've ever seen. It is abortion up to the time of birth, taxpayers paying for it, parents don't get to know about it. So we need to have a clear and effective messenger on this issue. But I think we also need to be reining in the Governor Newsoms in California and those others who are making their state an abortion destination. And I pray one day, as president, people would have a bill on their desk standing up for the sanctity of human life.